There is now growing opposition to President Obama's request for nearly $4 billion to clean up the humanitarian situation happening along our southern border. Republican critics now posing their own alternatives to address what they say is the source of the problem: President Obama's policy on immigration. Chief White House correspondent Ed Henry from the North Lawn now. Ed, good morning to you there. We were talking with Jim Bridenstine, Republican from Oklahoma. He's been wanting to get into one of these holding facilities for 2 weeks in his home state. He did that on Saturday over the weekend. And then when he started talking about this amount of money, this was his reaction. But he says, like pulling teeth to get answers on it. Bridenstine now.
We need to keep asking questions. It is our First Amendment right. It is my obligation as a member of Congress. He's asking us to spend $3.7 billion. We have got to solve this problem. We don't want to just expand the current programs that are leading to the crisis. We want to solve the crisis.
Now, so that is one view. So where are we now on this, Ed?
Well, I think it is very much stalled, because adding to that congressman's voice, you've got Governor Rick Perry of Texas saying yesterday that he's opposed to giving the president this $3.7 billion. Well, he's a frequent critic of the president, of course, but what's significant is in recent days he had an open mind. You'll remember he met with the president last week in Texas, had said, let's try to solve this. They had that private meeting and all of that. Perry says, look, there's not enough border security in this $3.7 billion. The answer from White House Press Secretary Josh Earnest is, look, then pass comprehensive immigration reform, because some of the bills on the table would add 20,000 Border Patrol agents. But I can tell you, the Republicans on the Hill, combined with governors like Rick Perry along the border, say there's no way they're going to pass comprehensive immigration reform with this current crisis, showing them that we've got to do something about border security first.
Yeah, Senator McCain has an idea. What's his plan, and does it have any chance of getting through?
Well, he's talking now about sending plane loads of kids back to Central America, that's what the U.S. government should be doing, because otherwise you're just going to keep having more kids come in. If you pass the $3.7 billion, 2-3 months from now, there'll be thousands more kids, and we'll just be passing another $3.7 billion bill. McCain calls it a blank check. The White House is cool to this idea of just putting, kids on planes. But the bottom line is they're running out of beds. The administration tells me that in August, if they don't get this $3.7 billion, they're out of beds for these kids. Then you've got an even bigger problem.
Well, you certainly do. Ed, thank you. Ed Henry watching that from the White House this morning.